Nasir El-Rufai, the immediate past governor of Kaduna State, has stated that the President Bola Tinubu-led administration has been subsidizing petrol known as Premium Motor Spirit (PMS) since its inception in May 2023. He affirmed that the development has so far cost the present administration trillions of naira since inception, adding that if not because of the subsidy payment, the price of petrol per litre could have been much higher than the diesel. Diesel is currently being sold above 1,000 naira depending on the location, compared to PMN, which is about 600 naira to 750 naira per litre. The removal of petrol subsidy by the present administration is a good policy by President Tinubu. I've always supported withdrawal of fuel subsidy, but as you can see, in the course of implementation, the government has now realized that the subsidy has to be back, because right now we are paying a lot of money amounting to trillions of naira for subsidy, even more than before, because the impact has been seen and the packages of support that will reduce the impact have not been effective in reducing the impact, and so the federal government has to be backpedal by subsidizing petrol. Many people don't know this. If they want to know whether there is fuel subsidy or not, they should compare the price of petrol and diesel per litre. This is because under normal circumstances, petrol is supposed to be more expensive than diesel. As it is, diesel is above 1,000 naira per litre, while petrol stood at about 600 per litre. So we are still subsidizing for fuel in Nigeria. Immediately after assuming office, Bola Tinubu announced that petrol subsidy is gone, meaning the government will no longer subsidize petrol. Now, when this announcement was made, the price of petrol jumped from 165 naira to 600 naira immediately. It was kind of times 5 of the amount that Nigerians were paying. Tinubu said petrol subsidy is gone, meaning Nigerians will bear the brunt of petrol. You are going to pay for the petrol subsidy. The government will no longer pay for the petrol subsidy. According to Bola Tinubu, the reason for this is because it was actually not implemented in the budget. When President Muhammadu Buhari was leaving office, he did not include that in the budget. So President Bola Tinubu removed it, and then it means no more payment. But since then, there has been rumor. What El-Rufai is saying is just a kind of adding up from what other people have been saying. Many people have been saying, even the owner of Renault has been saying that Tinubu is still paying for petrol subsidy. Now the question is, who is fooling who? Who is fooling who, Nigerians? When Petrol was campaigning, he said something that petrol subsidy needs to go. That fuel subsidy is an organized crime. That what they are subsidizing for fuel is actually not the right thing. He compared Nigeria with Indonesia. Indonesia has more cars, but what they consume in a day is less than what Nigeria said we are consuming.
Then the scam in the subsidy review was discovered by my committee. We came across situations where subsidy was claimed on pipelines that never existed. It just claimed that I would have pumped X amount of, either finished products or crude, maybe from Kaduna, from Wari to Kaduna.
NNPC making this claim?
Of course, who else is doing it?
Oh dear.
Those that pump and those that are in the subsidy scam, they just fill papers, invoices, and they claim subsidy on it. In fact, there was an instance of a pipeline that was supposed to exist between Lagos and Wari. And tons of monies were collected on subsidy on a pipeline that never existed. This is Nigeria for you. In fact, I have one of my friends who is in the oil industry. We traveled to China with him, one of the presidents of Nigeria. He told me, my brother, because we were discussing the subsidy issue, say, I'm a member of the economic team of Mr. President. And when I went for a meeting, I told him, Mr. President, I called him by the side. I said, Mr. President, please remove this subsidy. He said, we are tired of making money. What? Yes, I'm telling you to God Almighty. He said, we are tired of making money, Mr. President. Remove this subsidy. Because he is a patriot and he's seen the scams that are going on there. Goodness. And he told me, he's alive.
Nigeria will always remain a crime scene until Nigerians decide that they don't want to be a spectator to this criminality that is going on in this country. Nigeria will always be a crime scene until Nigerians decide to put an end to this level of rascality and criminality. The person you just listened to is Issa Buguda, a former governor of Bauchi State. He made this announcement immediately Bola Tinubu assumed office. At least one would have expected that Bola Tinubu would have called him and had a chat with him to get into the criminality of it if he was actually willing and ready to end the criminality in petrol subsidy. Or maybe Bola Tinubu just announced it for announcing sake. I remember when Peter Obi was campaigning in the 2023 presidential election, he clearly outlined what he was going to do to end the petrol subsidy, the petrol scam that we are experiencing in Nigeria. He talked about the oil theft and he said these are being carried out by people in government. Oil is not just like a tom-tom you put in your pocket. It's an organized crime. There are people in high places that are involved in this criminality and they are not willing to back out. I made a video about what happened in Okoma communities when the soldiers said that 17 soldiers were killed when they went on peacekeeping mission. But however, it has been established that is based on oil bunkering. The criminality going on in Nigeria is a systematic and institutionalized problem that needs to be dealt with, and it needs someone with a political willpower. You need someone that understands what it means to end criminality, not someone that surrounds himself with criminals. Politicians in Nigeria, especially in the national level, are all surrounded by criminals. The only person that would have put an end to this whole criminality is Mr. Peter Obi. But Nigerians are not ready to end this criminality. Bola Tinubu announced that petrol subsidy is gone, and Nigerians are paying the brunt of that announcement today. The price of petrol surged from 165 naira to 600 naira. At a point, it was being sold at 700, 800 naira. And he said that the money from the petrol subsidy will be used for something important. Till today, Nigerians are yet to enjoy the reason why the petrol subsidy was removed. And then the news about petrol subsidy being paid by the government is filtering the air. The question that people should be asking is, what exactly are they subsidizing if Nigerians are paying close to 700 naira per liter? What exactly is Bola Tinubu government subsidizing? Where is the money going to? What are they using the money for? People are not asking questions in this country. Nigerians fail to realize that what is happening today, they will be the one to pay for it. The debts that they are plunging this country today, the young people will be the one to pay for it. Imagine someone like President Muhammadu Buhari, who is close to 80 years, plunging the country into debt for younger people. And Nigerians are not asking questions. What is the problem? What is wrong with Nigeria? What is happening in this country? Is it that we cannot end this criminality once and for all? Don't we have the willpower? Don't you have the population? Don't you have the rational thinking, the cognitive ability to end the criminality that is going on in this country? Why are Nigerians so docile? Where are we watching on as few privileged politicians plundered our natural and collective resources? What is wrong? What is wrong? It pains my heart. I bleed because Nigerians are going through pain, especially with the announcement of this petrol subsidy. And yet you're telling me that that the government is still paying petrol subsidy and everywhere is calm. Everywhere is calm. I don't know at what point it will get to before Nigerians realize that enough is enough and they will take it upon themselves to end this criminality. I'm still waiting for that time. But till then, thank you for watching. Ensure you like, subscribe, and drop your comment reaction in the comment box. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.